Hello everyone, welcome to my little space on the internet. Thank you so much for being here today. As you all know, I love to journal. I find it's a really good way to just dive deeper into your own being and learn so much more about yourself. And I also love everything to do with self-care. So these past few days, I've been really busy with resetting my life. If you haven't seen my video on that, I'll leave a link in the description. But I'm basically just organizing all my photos. I've done my emails. I'm going to sort out everything on my hard drive and just clear out some clothes, some extra things I have lying around the house that I don't really need to have in my space. I have a huge list of things that I wanted to get done before my birthday, which is actually in November. So I have 1 month to get everything done. So because I've been so focused on making sure I get everything done and I'm on track to have it done by a certain time, I have been neglecting some of my bigger self-care practices. So I just wanted to sit down and make this video as a reminder for you guys, and even just for myself, that it's okay if you don't get everything on your list done as long as you're putting yourself first. So today I'll be sharing a few of my journaling prompts that I use or I go to whenever I feel like I need a little bit more self-care and I need to focus on myself. I'll also leave a link to the PDF of all of the prompts so you can download that in the description box if you like. So the first thing is affirmations, and I know there's millions and millions of affirmations out there, but I think what makes them more valuable is if you create them yourself. Make sure that the words that you say to yourself truly resonate with you on a deeper level, because it has the most impact that way. For example, saying I love myself in the mirror every day is amazing, and you know, it's a great way to start your day. It's a great affirmation. But for me, what I found is that I can lose a bit of the connection that I feel to those words, because I feel like everyone's saying this, everyone should love themselves. Whereas when I create one myself, I feel like that is what I need at that moment, and I'm always chopping and changing them. So instead of just saying I love myself, I would say things like I love myself unconditionally every day. This kind of puts it into perspective for me, because the unconditional part is really important, because yeah, I love myself, I take care of myself, and I do everything I can to look after myself. But the unconditional side is where I'm saying no matter what my flaws are, no matter what I do wrong in the day, I still have 100% of love towards myself. And saying every day is also really important, because I'm a very wavy person, and most of the time I'm feeling really great and full of so much energy, but the days that I'm not, knowing that I love myself unconditionally is something really important. Another one is I will prioritize myself, and this goes with everything. If you're at work, if you're just grocery shopping, you will prioritize yourself. You will reach for things that are more nourishing. If you're just at home with your family, you still need to prioritize yourself so you can look after your family. The last one I'm going to share is I will stay true to my boundaries. And for me, this ties into knowing when to say no to people, knowing when to put your boundaries in place if you're watching too much Netflix, knowing when to put your boundaries in place if you've been sitting at your desk for too long and you need to get moving. So I think that's really important, because I'm working from home, so these things can be neglected. The second one is just to write down 10 things that you love about yourself. If you try and do this every day, your mindset will shift to a place where you're more positive towards yourself, you speak more positively towards yourself. And if you do struggle with this, if it's the first time that you're doing this, maybe ask people that you're close to, what do they love about you, and use that to start off with until you're able to do that yourself. And the next thing is to write a love letter to yourself. So I like to do this when I'm feeling very happy and proud of myself, if I've achieved something or if I've done something and I'm just feeling really good about what I've done. I'll write a little letter about exactly how I'm feeling and how happy I am with myself. So there's this really cool thing that you can do on Google where you can actually time the email, so you can get it delivered to your inbox in a month, in a year, however long you want. And I really like this because I think it has so much more impact when you receive a love letter and you're not expecting it, and if it's from yourself, about how much you love yourself, it's just a really nice way to keep you on track on your self-care journey. And the next one is how do I protect my energy? And I think this one can require a lot of self-reflecting sometimes, because we don't realize where we're giving away too much energy or where our energy is being taken away. So spend some time sitting with yourself, knowing what kind of things make you feel exhausted, knowing what kind of people make you feel exhausted. And once you kind of have an understanding that, okay, when I hang out with these kind of people, I feel very drained, my energy is being taken away from me and I don't like that. Or if I'm watching this show, or if I'm scrolling through Instagram, this is how I feel after that. So spend some time being mindful of all of the things that you're feeling throughout the day. And once you have a good understanding or awareness of where your energy is going, then you can put in practices to protect your energy. For example, if you feel like it's going on Instagram and you're finding yourself getting sucked in a black hole where you're comparing yourself and you think everyone else is more successful, then simply learn how to manage your time on social media, learn to follow through with your boundaries, set timers, put your phone away, do everything you can to protect your energy. And if it's people who are taking away your energy that you might not be able to get away from, then learn how to build some walls and be more resilient. I know we all have people in our lives who are not very positive, and I feel like you're never ever going to escape them. I've tried to completely cut people out my life. I've tried to move away from people physically. I've said no millions of times to these people, but more negative people will come into your life, and I've stopped seeing that as a bad thing. I see it as the most valuable thing that life can offer me, because it gives me an opportunity to make myself stronger. It gives me an opportunity to build these walls to protect my own energy. So I'm super grateful for these people now, because they're teaching me something. It's the whole mindset shift to truly have unconditional love for all of these people and learn and grow from every single experience. I know it's easy to say, but I also know it's very difficult to do, but it is really rewarding. I've learned so much from all of these people in my life, and now when I look at the past, I am grateful for them. The next one is, how can I enhance my love for myself today? And this is where you would just think about, what will you do today that will make you feel better? It's as simple as that. Make a list of every single thing that makes you happy and just pick one. One thing is so much better than doing nothing for yourself all day. Another one is, what did I let go of today? Did you let go of an unhealthy habit? Did you let go of a limiting self-belief? Did you let go of a thing on your to-do list that you were not looking forward to do and it wasn't even essential to do? Now I've started to just pick one thing out of these to-do lists and just realize that nothing on my to-do list should ever be something that makes me feel upset or overwhelmed. It should make me feel happy and excited to do something, and if it doesn't make me feel happy and excited, then I should take it off my list. As much as I talk about organizing and getting your life together, that stuff is still really important to me, but if I don't want to sort out my hard drive today, I won't do it, and I won't feel bad about not doing it, because it doesn't have to be a priority. Obviously, if you have a job and you have commitments, then that's a bit different. You can't really take that off your list, but then you work on managing your time and managing your energy towards that. But most of the time we add things to our list that overwhelm us for no reason. So take some time to kind of review your to-do list and let go of things that you don't want to do. The next one is manifestation and setting your intention. So because this video is based around self-care, what kind of self-care habits do you want to manifest into your life? What intentions are you setting to make sure you have more self-care practices or better quality self-care practices in your life? For example, I hold a lot of tension in my shoulders. So I want to dedicate 2 hours a week where someone can just work on those knots. It's not happening right now, but my intention is still there. My intention is that for one day I will get this consistent routine in my life where somebody removes all the knots and the tension from my shoulders, because I'm going to look after myself. So the more I think about this, the more I talk about it, the more I write about it, that I'm not neglecting this. Even though I'm not doing it right now, it's still something that's in the back of my head and I will get done one day. The next one is quite focused, and it's writing a letter to yourself when you're feeling upset or down. Once upon a time when I was 11 years old and I had my diary, it was full of so much negativity that it genuinely made me upset to read it. And my diary was a space where I could just let out every single sad thing that happened during the day, and I would just be so passionate and so focused on that one negative thing that it would turn into a page, which would turn into 2 pages, and it would just never end. And I really do believe that it's important to let these things out, to let all of these emotions out. But I feel like sometimes if we start writing about something negative that's happened in our day, our mind is not going to stop thinking about that. So I like to have a letter, or even just like a document or a notes page on your phone, of quotes, of messages that people have sent me, of pictures that make me happy, and more affirmations that I can kind of repeat and look at in that moment to see if I can shift my mind to thinking a bit more positively towards myself, rather than going down a spiral of negativity. And sometimes this will work, sometimes it won't, because you do need to find a way to release that out of your body, but sometimes we can stop it, and this is a really good way that works for me. The next thing is to practice gratitude. Here I am talking about gratitude once again. I feel like I will talk about gratitude for the rest of my life, because I truly believe it's so important to really loving your life. How can can you link gratitude and self-care? So one thing that I like to do is I have my list of things that I'm grateful for throughout the day, and I then relate them to how I can use those things to look after myself. So I'll just share a few examples. I'm grateful to have access to clean water every single day, and this helps me look after myself because I'm able to hydrate my body. Another one is I am grateful for my apartment. So that's usually on my list every single day because I'm grateful for this space. But this allows me to look after myself because I have a bed where I can get sleep. I have a kitchen where I can feed myself nourishing food. I have space in my apartment to do yoga. I have a desk where I can sit and work that looks very pretty as well. So these areas about the one thing that I'm grateful for allow me to look after myself. I hope that makes sense. Basically just think of all of the things that you're grateful for and then go deeper to see how you can use these things to look after yourself. And the last thing is just grounding yourself. So when we're in a world full of chaos, we just need to come back, recenter ourselves and be one with ourselves. This is why I love journaling so much, because it genuinely forces me to just sit down and write. And if you don't like writing and you don't feel like writing, because sometimes I'll just look at my journal and I'll just be like, you look really cute, but I'm not gonna write in you today. And then I'll just find a scrap piece of paper and just doodle on there for like 20 minutes. And that time that I'm sitting down doodling, writing random words, doing some calligraphy, doing some painting, that is really grounding for me because I'm still being still. I'm still letting go of everything around me, and I'm working on finding my inner peace and grounding myself with this activity. And even just writing random words, it just helps you connect with every single emotion that you're feeling right now. Sometimes I feel a lot of emotions all in one go, and they'll go from one end of the spectrum to another end of the spectrum, but just writing them down just gives my brain a break and allows me to process it as well. So yeah, that's that. Remember that journaling is like an accomplishment. It's an act of self-love because you are dedicating time towards yourself, and not just dedicating time, you're giving yourself an opportunity to grow and reflect on things as well. So prioritize yourself and love yourself. Take a break from everything you're doing and just sit down, spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes, however long you have, just doing some of these journaling practices. I'll leave a link in the description box for any other videos that relate to this and the PDF with all of these prompts on it. Sending you all lots of love. I really appreciate you watching my videos and being part of my little family. So I will see you next time. Bye.